This is the independent practice part 1. Hopefully you've had a chance to do maybe 1 through 10, maybe 1 through 6. But let's go through these and you can see how you did. The first one is 4g equals 24. What I want to do is I want to get this g. Oh, that was bad. I'm going to try that again. But I think I need to make it a lot bigger if I want to be able to do that. I'm just going to circle the g. There we go. Perfect. I want to get that g all by itself. And it's times 4 times g, so I got to get rid of that 4 by doing the opposite. Instead of multiplying, dividing. So I divide this by 4, and I want to be equal, so I divide that by 4. So then I do that. G equals 6. Now let me plug it in just to make sure. And 6 times 4 is 24, so we are good. Let's come over here. Same thing. I want to get d all by itself. It's times 5, so I have to divide by 5, divide by 5. That gives me d equals 6. Let's check it. 5 times 6. That does equals 30. Good. Okay, now we have 36 equals 6 times e. I want to get this e all by itself. It's times 6, so I divide it by 6, divided by 6. 36 divided by 6 equals 6, and that equals e. I'm going to plug it in. 36 equals 6 times 6. It does. Yay. Now I noticed all 3 of those have the answer 6. Okay, let's go on to 4, 5, and 6. Now, these, it's the same way with decimal or fraction. Okay, so I want to get this x. I want to get this x all by itself. So I have to get rid of the 1.5. So I'm going to divide this by 1.5, divide this by 1.5. All right, so this I know is going to be x equals, here I'm going to do in my calculator, I'm going to put in 3 divided by 1.5, and I'm going to get 2. So now I'm going to check it. 1.5 times 2 equals, so 1.5 times 2 equals 3. Yay. So that is correct. Okay? Did the same thing as if they were just whole numbers. Over here, we have this y here that I want to get all by itself. So instead of times 2.5, I'm going to divide each side by 2.5. Divide 2.5. Okay, so 2.5 divided by 2.5 is going to get me 1y equals 5 divided by 2.5 equals 2. So now I go 2.5 times 2 equals, hopefully 5. Let's see. Times 2.5 equals 5. Yay. All right, one more. And then we get to go to the word problem. Yay. Everybody loves those. So I have a right here. Want to get that all by itself. So I know that it's a equals something. It's times 0.9, so I'm going to divide it by 0.9. But I have to divide this side by 0.9 also. Okay, so I go 8.1 divided by 0.9 equals 9. And then 9, and then equals this will give me a. So let me check to make sure it's good. 8.1 equals 0.9 times 9. And so I go 9 times 0.9, and that equals 8.1, which equals 8.1. It is accurate. Let's move on. Number 7. Okay, I got to pull out here. Number 7. There we go. A jewelry store is selling a set of 4 pair of gemstone earrings for $58, including tax. Neva and 3 of her friends want to buy the set so each could have 1 pair of earrings. write and solve a multiplication equation to find how much each person should pay. Okay. Well, a jewelry store is selling a set of 4 pairs. And we have Neva and 3 friends. So there's 4 of them. And 4 of them want to buy the set. So each could have a pair of earrings. We don't know how much each person has to pay. So I'm going to say for 4 people times what they have to pay is going to equal the $58. So the way I'm going to figure this out is I'm going to get E all by itself. And to do that, I have to divide this side by 4 and this side by 4. So 4E divided by 4 is going to be just E equals, and then 58 divided by 4 equals 14.5, or because we're talking about money, it's going to be $14.50. Now, let's see if this is correct, and I want to make sure, so I'm going to kind of see if it makes sense to the problem. So the jewelry store is selling 4 pairs of gemstones earrings, and it's going to be a total of $58. Now, we have Neva and 3 of her friends, so we have 4 people who want to buy the set, and they're each going to pay the same amount. So it's going to be 4 times $14.50. Now, if I do 4 times $14.50, I should get $58, which I do, and that is the cost of the set. So when it says write and solve a multiplication equation to find out how much each person should pay, they should each pay $14.50. Okay, 3 more to go. I'm going to make this bigger. All right, so what we have here is we have B that I need to get all by itself. So I'm going to turn this into a mixed fraction. So 39 equals, 10 times 1 is 10 plus 3 is 13, 10. And then I have it times B. So if I get this B all by itself, I got to divide each side by 13, 10. Divide this by 13, 10. Okay. This side is easy because this and this equal 1. So I have B. B equals. Now, I have 39 divided by 13, 10. I need to make this into a fraction. So it's 39 over 1 divided by 13, 10. Now remember, dividing decimals, this is really important. To divide decimals, you have to flip this one. It's kind of that keep, change, change. So 39 over 1. I'm going to change the division to multiplication. If I do that, I have to change the other to 10 over 13. Now I can do it. 39 times 10 is 390, and 1 times 13 is 13. Now I'm going to do this right here. 390 divided by 13 equals, it goes in there equally 30 times. So I think B equals 30. Let me check. I'm going to get rid of this. We'll come down here. And since I've figured all this out, I think it's going to be 39 equals 1 3/10 times 30. Okay. So to multiply by a fraction, I'm going to go like this. 39 equals 13 over 10 times 30 over 1. And let's see what we get. Let's see if it equals 39. If I do 13 times 30, I'm going to get 390. And the bottom is going to be 10 times 1 is 10. Now, I'm going to do 390 divided by 10, and that equals 39 equals 39. That's exactly what I want. So, B equals 30. This one had a ton of steps. You had to do some division, and then change to multiplication, and then bring it back in and check it. A lot of work. Hopefully you get it. And you got to be careful with all the steps. Okay, let's go over here. So what we have here is we have 1/2 times E equals 1/4. I'm going to divide each side by 1/2. Divide by 1/2. Now 1/2 divided by 1/2 gets me 1. So that's E equals, now I have 1/4 divided by 1/2. And if I want to do that, I have to multiply it. So I'm going to keep, change, change. Now I go 1 times 2 equals 2. 4 times 1 is 4. 2/4, I can reduce that to 1/2. So I think E equals 1/2. That's what I'm suggesting, but I will only know for sure when I check it. So let's give her a check. Get rid of this. Okay. So I'm going to do 1/2 times, I think E is 1/2, equals 1/4. 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 1/4 equals 1/4. It sure does. This is correct. Okay, last one. All right, another tricky one. We want to get this G all by itself, so we have 2/5 times G equals 3/5. I'm going to divide each side by 2/5, divided by 2/5. This becomes 1, so G equals 3/5 divided by 2/5. I got to keep, change, and change. Now, 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 2 is 10. Okay. I know that 10 can go into 15 one time, and that leaves me 5 left over 10. And if I reduce 5/10, it's going to be 1 1/2. So I think that G is 1 1/2. But going to check it because we want to be sure. We want to be totally sure and don't want to make any mistakes. And one good way to make sure we don't is by checking. Okay, so I'm going to put 2/5 times G. And if I think G is 1 1/2, I'm going to make it into an improper. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 3/2 equals, and we're going to hope that that equals 3/5. That's a question mark right now. Okay, let's do this. 2 times 3 is 6, and 2 times 5 is 10, equals 3/5. Now, if I reduce this right here, cut it in half, it's going to be 3/5. And then 3/5 equals 3/5. So, G is 1 1/2. Okay? So, there's a few things that we've talked about. One is how we get G, how we get the variable. When it's multiplying, you have to divide each side by that number. Then the other thing is just remembering how to multiply and divide fractions. If you have any questions, let me know. If you feel confident, you can go on to Independent Practice Part 2.